once again, Superman and Lois delivers with truth and consequences. And this was a really good episode, and the way they weave everything into it with making nods to the actual comic book story. So, you know, Jonathan's wearing the Superboy outfit from Reign of Superman, and that was the Connor Kent version, but in this case, it's Jonathan Kent and all that. And their weird take on Bizarro World, which I was rather surprised that they went ahead and made that planet square. But in keeping with it all, and then of course the backward language and everything is a nod to it. So it plays out fine the way this show does, even though it's not the actual story. But they found a way to get there, and sometimes that can be a bit irritating because you like the original story and whatnot. But other times it just, if they do it in a clever way, and for the most part they've done that here. You can deal with it. And I always go back to the Superman animated series, where what they did with Brainiac. That's not the story, and it kind of eliminates an awful lot of the story, but it was a cool solution to, for whatever reason, why they decided to, streamline it and not make things so spread out as much as you have over decades of comic book stories. For the purposes of a TV show, that can't have too many complicated things like that, and so how to make it all more molded into one thing. So my guess is a lot of that is the same here, and especially for a live-action television series, to explore every aspect that happened in the comic books would be impossible, really, and rather expensive. So anyway, they're continuing on with this drama, and you have that Jonathan seeking out the other Jonathan, and they have to protect him from it. Superman makes it back in time to stop him, but he's up to no good and mischief. He ends up kidnapping Lana Lang, and waiting for the other Lana to come and to merge with her, and whatever that results in. We still don't know. The only one who's been able to do this is Allison, and she's still in the other world, so we don't know what that means when she crosses over. Finally, John Henry Irons and his daughter get in on some of the action, and they have to go up against the Bizarro Lana, and they manage to defeat her because of all the XK in the mine, So it works out, but they build on the stories that the separate characters have throughout this, and it works. And I'm guessing that she's gonna, like her dad, gonna have her own suit and stuff like that at some point, and that'll work. Is where it's going. The teen soap opera between Sarah and Jordan continues, and the stumbling block and problem there that's creating the distance to where Sarah's had it with Jordan. She's moving on and everything. Meanwhile, in the midst of all this, she doesn't know what's happened to her mother. They can't tell her. She's been kidnapped by the evil Jonathan, whom she actually meets and doesn't realize that this is another Jonathan. No, and it's just getting crazier and crazier. And the two boys are saying this is stupid. The keeping this secret has caused all the problems, and they're arguing it out. And as Clark's making the point that this is what kept everyone safe, and they're saying, but it's at what cost at this point? The problems that it's caused, especially in Jordan's case, he can't tell Sarah the truth and all that. Although at this point, I'm thinking when the truth just comes out, she's still going to be mad at him. And that's the play-by-play of it. And Superman has just come back from the other world. Now, the Bizarro world, they didn't keep it a secret. And he saw them become obsessed with fame and fortune. They were basically celebrities and stuff. And it was less about the heroics and whatnot. Even though ultimately the Bizarro Superman wanted to do the right thing, but he was all messed up. But you can already see that even if this, the real Superman, if he had let the world know who he is and all that sort of stuff, he wouldn't have gone that way, because that's just not his character. But for the most part, he's kept it secret. Lois has found out and stuff like that. But Lana doesn't know, even though he has to go save her. But evil Jonathan has left a kryptonite trap for him, and it nearly kills him, but Lana saves him. And after all of that, Clark has decided, I'm going to tell Lana the truth. Now, he go at the end of the show, he reveals to Lana who he is and all that, which will explain an awful lot of inconsistencies and stories and stuff that she's known over the years. But I don't know if that means now they're going to say, okay, it's okay to go and, tell Sarah and all that. How many more people get to know this? Well, we'll have to wait till next week, I suppose. But nevertheless, it makes sense how it plays out, and you run out of reasons why. I mean, Superman saying, look, I just came from a world that it went very badly in that decision. This is very different, though, and because it's him. And the kids were making the point, and there was really no more answer to it. Oddly enough, Lois was holding on to the bitter end, and yet she was the one that he tricked all those years. But she's seeing it as protection and defense, and she wants her family safe and all that. Doesn't want any other threats that they already face. But it's dragging in too many other people because of what's happening and all that. So it makes sense, the way the plot plays out. So it'll be interesting to see how many other people are brought into the fold like that, because the threat's not over. But, it kind of, plot-wise, you paint yourself in a corner. Where do you go? Well, he's just got to reveal it, And Jordan, at Lois's advice, is, don't text to it, Sarah. Explain your thoughts out in a letter. And a letter is probably the only letter he's ever written. But eventually, he lets Lois, Sarah blows him off. She's worried about her mother. She doesn't want to deal with his crap right now, And but the letter, he revealed the whole story, and Sarah never got to see it, so we'll see if she gets to, or unless Lana's going to go along with the secret as well, pissing her off even more. I don't think so. I mean, how they get around that, what reason they would come for, because at this point, Jordan's going to want to tell Sarah the whole story. So, but that was the deal, and finally, after everything that happened, and especially with what happened with Lana, that's what changed Superman's mind, because that, he had come back from Bizarro World. He said, "Oh no, I had a reason for keeping it secret, and it's kept it safe and all that sort of stuff." But of course, Lana nearly died and all this stuff, and plus she saved his life, and so he's probably be mad at him. But yeah, it's a lot of water under the bridge in those years. So. It was a fine episode. The show is good. Even the weak episodes are pretty good, and this is one of those. It's really good. It just everything clicked and came together. So as far as shows go, that especially shows of this fantastic genre, whether it's sci-fi or superheroes, this is it. This is as good as it is for now. Unless Marvel really does do another Daredevil, then that one will take top spot, because that's easily one of the best superhero shows for television ever. But after seeing what they do with their superheroes on D+, how bad is it going to be for their version of Daredevil? We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, right now, Superman rules on television. So. There we go. Another good episode of Superman and Lois.